I was listening to an expat this week, and he was basically just kind of pissing and moaning, in my opinion. His dissatisfaction with Southeast Asia as a whole, so not just Philippines, but Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and he's been to all these places repeatedly. And as I was listening to him, and he conveyed how he just felt like he was caught up in redundancy, going from place to place, and he gets bored and then he moves on. As I was listening to him, what occurred to me is that there's nothing wrong with the places that he's going to. In fact, an expat could have a great life in any one of these countries, a very fulfilling, adventurous, joyful life. And what occurred to me is that the problem is not the location. The problem lies with his own personal expectations. Expectations he has that somehow, just changing geography, life would somehow become more interesting or joyful or whatever. Now, you've probably met guys who will sit there on a bar stool and tell you, well, you know, women, they're all bad. They're all scammers. They're all liars. They're all cheaters. And they'll tell you about this woman and that woman and the other one and their ex-wife and whoever. But if you really think about it, what is the common denominator there? It's him. And how does this guy explain that so many other men out there are happily married? They enjoy marriage. They enjoy being with their wife. They're very happy. They count it as one of the best things they ever did. So it's not true that all women are liars and cheaters and some kind of disappointment. And likewise, it's not true that all these countries suck. It's not true that Vietnam sucks, Thailand sucks, Cambodia sucks, Philippines sucks. It all sucks. Because he was also bitching about being in his own home country. Again, the common denominator is the person. And he's not the only guy that has expressed this sort of sentiment. I have talked to so many guys who did consultations with me or just had casual conversation with me over lunch or whatever, or on Messenger, and they'll ask, well, I'm going to the Philippines. Can you recommend an island? And so I'll ask them, well, what kind of experience are you looking for? Do you want the big city like Manila, Makati, BGC, Quezon? Is that what you're looking for? Are you looking for a tropical experience like Bohol, Boracay, Palawan? Are you looking for a small town experience? And, you know, it's like you have to be a little bit more specific. What are you looking for? So I give them some suggestions based on what they say they're looking for. And it might be 2 weeks later, it might be 2 months later, and they'll write back and say, oh, I went to that place you suggested and I got bored in 3 days and there was nothing to do. And I'm like, I've been to these places. I have lived in these places and I had a great time. And I ask him, I go, well, did you rent a motorbike? Did you go riding in the mountains? Did you check out the resorts I told you about? Did you check out the beaches? Did you check out the nightlife and the live music? Did you go to the waterfalls? Did you go to the hot water springs? And they're like, well, no, I just kind of walked around town, and after 3 days, I decided to leave. Well, again, the problem is not the place. So it begs the question, can a person reasonably expect that they will have a better life if they leave their home country to move to another country? Is that guaranteed going to be just what the doctor ordered to make life exciting again? Well, the answer is no, but it can be. And that is the proper expectation. Before you travel somewhere, you have to look at it with two things in mind. Number one, going to a new country and starting a new life, getting a fresh start, that's not a guarantee things are going to get better. It's an opportunity for life to get better. And it's an opportunity that if you make the most of it, if you do your part and you do the research, get on Google, see what's around there, ask other expats, hey, what is there to do fun in this city? If you put the effort out, you're going to find yourself on one adventure after another, and you're going to be dating and have a very enjoyable social life, maybe meet other expats, maybe you want to avoid other expats. But the point is, you can't just get off the plane or get off the bus at a new location and expect that somehow you're arriving at a magical place that's just going to infuse you with joy and happiness. That's an unrealistic expectation. What you have to look at realistically is that you're arriving at a fresh new place full of opportunity. Opportunity to meet new women, make new friends, go to new places, have new experiences, but you gotta do your part. And just like anything else, attitude is everything. If you show up at a place and you haven't even gotten off the plane yet, and you're already telling yourself, well, the last 3 places I went were a drag, this place will probably be the same, you're screwed before you even get off the plane. You're not going to get anywhere with that kind of attitude. It's not up to other people, and it's not up to other locations to roll out the red carpet and make you happy or give you some kind of joy or satisfaction in life. It's more like a stage or a background that provides you with the environment to have those things. But you got to go chase them down and look for them and have a positive attitude. I remember there was a guy I was talking to, and we were talking about just so many great adventures we've had in the Philippines. And he summed it up really well. And he had a very good positive outlook on life. He said, when I'm living in the Philippines, I know that every day I walk outside my door, I'm going to have some kind of an adventure. Maybe a big adventure, a small adventure. Maybe I discover a new coffee house, or I meet a new girl, or I find some new restaurant, or I find some waterfalls to go to, different size adventures. But he knows every time he steps out his door, he's expecting good things, and he finds them. He has an eye to look and pay attention. So that's why I say it's more reasonable to go to another country and see it as an opportunity for a fresh start. It's an opportunity to meet new women. It's an opportunity to have adventure. So I will say this, that if you run into an expat at a coffee house, a bar stool, an expat chat group, whatever, but when you cross paths with one of these expats who is just negative on everything, it's all a downer, they're cynical, they're jaded, there's no point staying in the Philippines, all the women are scammers, seen one island, you've seen them all. If you find yourself crossing paths with these guys, don't make time to see them a second time. Don't keep them in your circle of friends that you talk to, because their negativity is going to drag you down. If they want to be miserable, hey, it's their circus, but they can do it down the road. That's how I see it. You want to be miserable? You want to validate your conclusions and can spend the rest of your life convincing yourself and other people that life sucks? Okay, fine. Go ahead. Do that. Just do it somewhere else. Because I wake up every day and I think, wow, what's going to happen today? Like today I had a fantastic day. I woke up, hung out with a buddy of mine, went to a nice little coffee house, had a nice breakfast, a very tasty breakfast, went out and saw a few sights. Later, the both of us went over. We found this place that has amazing tacos. And I mean the best carne asada tacos I have had in the Philippines since 2012. That's how good they were. And then I got home and had a little bit of a nap, woke up, enjoyed some time with my wife. It's been a really cool day. And I expect to have a really cool day again tomorrow, because I've been having really cool days since 2012 in the Philippines and Vietnam. But a big part of that is because A, attitude, and B, realistic expectations. I can't just sit around and expect life to show up at my doorstep. I go on Google and I see Google Maps. I see, okay, what's near the area? What restaurants are there? What tourist attractions are there? What museums are there? What are some of the local social hubs? Are there any parks? In fact, yesterday I went for walking, I think about 45 minutes. I just went for a walk out in downtown. I went to a really big park. I shot some video. I enjoyed the water, the sunshine. I got some exercise, some fresh air. I had a great afternoon. But you experience these things by doing your part and then act on it. If you're willing to do that, man, there is so much for you to enjoy and experience in Southeast Asia, whichever country suits you the best. And part of that may be just trying each one. Try each country, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Philippines. Try them out for about a month each. Just that process alone is an adventure. Just go with a positive attitude and a willingness to do your part. You will have a great time as an expat.